Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now, in this video, I'm going to discuss a recent article that came out discussing the possibility of Stu Macher returning to the Scream franchise and possibly as early as Scream 7. I will share it with you and also my thoughts about its content and what Matthew Lillard has to say about the subject. Let's go!
Hey guys, Alan Robinson here. I played Ghostface in Scream 2. You saw me kill Jada and all that business. Scream, I doubled Matthew Lillard. I got the TV crash over my head. You're here watching Craving Something Scary.
So, the awesome horror magazine Fangoria published an article a couple of weeks ago on their website covering Matthew Lillard and his iconic character, Stu Macher, and whether or not he could return to the Scream franchise. Now, in the article, we read, speaking on the Drew Barrymore show, Lillard was asked by host Barrymore if he believes Stu Macher, one half of the original Ghostface duo who terrorized the town of Woodsboro in Wes Craven's original, was alive, to which he confidently declared, quote, "Stu is definitely alive, right? My character Stu is definitely alive." Now, for all of you who've been following Matthew Lillard for any length of time, be it in articles or at conventions, it's not a surprise that he said this. He has said for, ages now. I don't even know how long. Probably since the days of Scream 3, where he was hired to be the killer for that movie. Obviously, he was alive then. Wes Craven had a plan to bring him back in Scream 3, so that tells me he was alive then. So, of course, he's alive now. Nothing's changed. And so Stu has definitely been on his own Stu train, which, by the way, I'm the self-professed conductor of the Stu train. So hop on, plenty of room, lots of tickets. You're going to love it. Now, having said that, not a surprise that Matthew Lillard said that he believes Stu is alive. He has been, again, saying that loudly and publicly for years, and rightfully so, in my opinion. Now, getting back to the article, it says, so if asked, would Lillard return to the series and the upcoming Scream 7 set to be directed by original Scream writer Kevin Williamson and starring original Final Girl Neve Campbell, yeah, baby, in a heartbeat, apparently, he said, I would love it if it made sense for the franchise. If Kevin Williamson liked it, then sure, obviously. And I love this because it even, his comments here, guys, show us that, even himself, even Matthew Lillard himself, doesn't want to come back simply for fan service. And some of the biggest negative comments that I've heard and hear regarding Stu returning is that it just wouldn't make sense, or it would just be fan service. It wouldn't really help the story along, whatever. And Matthew Lillard himself acknowledges it and says, hey, I would love to come back if it made sense for the franchise. If Kevin Williamson liked it, then sure, obviously. So that, for those of you who are concerned about that angle, I think the fact that Matthew Lillard is even himself aware and conscious that he doesn't even want to return if it doesn't make sense. So I think that's really cool. He just doesn't want to be just fan service. So hopefully, if that's your position and that's kind of what you've been thinking, hopefully this will help you have a different perspective, because he's really literally saying if it makes sense. And so, and Kevin Williamson wouldn't bring him back if it didn't make sense. And so, I think that those are all good things in favor of, a Stu returning, or, having Stu Macher back in the movies. Now, here's the thing too. A lot of you are thinking, no, Kevin Williamson doesn't want Stu back. He's already said he's dead or what have you. Well, here we go, guys. Check this out. Good news for Stu fans, because Williamson hasn't ruled it out either. And here's a quote from Kevin Williamson here that came out a little while ago. You'll probably remember it, but it was great to be reminded and read it again. He says, Kevin Williamson's talking. He says, quote, I would say never, but I have always been wrong when I do. You can't say never. And then he ends up by saying there's always that twin brother theory, as a little joke. But he's absolutely right. So Kevin Williamson himself is even saying, he's been wrong in the past when he said never, and you can't say never. So guys, the door is open from Kevin Williamson. The door is at least open. He's not slammed shut. And so it's interesting, guys, because all this points to, in my mind anyway, the possibility that we could have Stu in Scream 7. And, there's been obviously a lot of rewrites. I think Kevin Williamson has been overhauling this script for several months now. And, I think that what's going to happen here is we're going to have a Scream 7 that is amazing character development, character arcs. It's going to be a great story. I really believe we're going to get back to the original Wes Craven Scream movies, where there's a genuine mystery at the core of the film. They are whodunit slashers, and there's a mystery going on for every movie trying to figure it out. And, we really kind of lost that in 5 and 6. So I look forward to getting back to that style of writing. And over the last previous months this year, since Kevin came on board when that was announced, I believe he's been overhauling the script that Guy and James put together originally. So that gives me a lot of hope, because we know Kevin's writing is super strong. It's what he's best at doing. And so knowing that he's got his pen out and he's writing, and that tells me that anything's possible, both with the current characters, like Nev, Sydney, Gale Weathers, Kirby, hopefully Mark Kincaid, Patrick Dempsey, with them, and also something like Stu coming back. I believe it's possible. I really believe it's on the table. So we'll see, right? We'll see. But finally, the article wraps up with one more person giving their thoughts about Stu's possible return. The article closes out by saying, as well as legions of fans, Stu's return would also be celebrated by his partner in crime, Billy. Asked by Entertainment Tonight if Lillard could return, Skeet Ulrich has already teased, quote, isn't everything possible in this world? I hope so. I really hope so. He's an incredible human being, and he wants it bad. So there you go, guys. Even Skeet Ulrich wants to see Stu return in Scream 7. And I love that he says that Matthew Lillard wants it bad. So he really does want to do it. He wants to be in this movie. So, I'm like, dude, make it happen. The actor is ready to go, is excited, and you've got Nev coming back. We've got Sidney Prescott, right? Featured as the lead again. Gail Weathers with her. Again, maybe Kincaid, but Sidney, this can be a Sidney Prescott Scream movie once again. So it just makes sense that finally Stu tries to come and close up this chapter of his life. So I really hope they do it. We'll have to wait and see what, obviously, what's going to happen. And if they do it, I don't believe they will announce Matthew Lillard as a part of the cast. I really don't think so. You know, I know on my live streams we've talked about it, and some of you think that they will announce Lillard just to help, again, drive sales, get, pre-orders for tickets, and, Sidney versus Stu kind of thing again. And it's possible that they will reveal it, but I really hope personally it's a surprise and they reveal it inside of the movie, somewhere like the halfway point of the film. Maybe they reveal Stu is involved, so we can actually see Stu again acting and performing. I should say Matthew performing as Stu Macher, and it would be really, really awesome to see. So I hope that that's the way they do it. I hope they do it. But listen, I'll take it either way. I'm not going to complain whatsoever if Stu's in this movie. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for you. I just wanted to give you the update from Fangoria in case you have missed any of those quotes from Stu and Kevin and from Skeet. And just saying, hey, guys, listen, if you're a Stu truther, if you're on the Stu train, stay strong. Don't give up. Just keep the faith. This article, if nothing else, is encouraging. So remember that. And if you're not on the Stu train, I love you and I respect you. It's all great. It's all good. You're welcome here. We're gonna, absolutely. But maybe somewhere along the way, you might even consider coming onto the Stu train. Like I say, I always keep tickets handy, so you're in good hands here at the channel. All right, everyone. Now listen, I want to know what you think about Matthew Lillard's comments regarding the possibility of Stu's return in Scream 7 or a future Scream film. Maybe it's 8 or 9, who knows? I just want to know what your thoughts are. What are your ideas? And what theories do you have? Do you have any theories about Stu and his return? And the way that you tell me this is by leaving your comments below right now so we can discuss it together. Right? I always say you have a voice on this channel. And when it comes to videos, your voice is your comments. That's how you can share them for everyone to see, and we can engage in a discussion. All right? So please do that. I'm going to start looking for your comments right now and what you're thinking about Stu coming back. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream 7 and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.